Hey guys, we are pleased to say that we are associated with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation charity. And now, a message from one of our supporters.
I think having foundations like the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, especially this day and age, is very important because everyone is different and no one should ever be treated wrongly, or especially lose their life because they choose to dress differently or act differently based on society's norms. Who are we to put such regulations and a regimen on who we should be as people? The whole point of being each other is that we are all different, and I think it's great that they're able to take such amazing steps after such a sad tragedy of losing, someone so young, and making it so that that doesn't happen again. And I know that myself, I will never treat anyone differently just because they dress differently or act differently than I do. And I think it's a great message that the foundation is spreading. So I congratulate you, and I'm so sorry for your loss.
To learn more about this wonderful charity, head on over to www.sophielancasterfoundation.com.
Hey Jamie, do you like being cozy?
I do.
And do you like staying cozy?
I like that even more.
Then just heading over to www.staycozyclothing.com,
where you can find hoodies, tees, sweaters, and much, much more, with a new fall line out now.
And just enter the Chronicles as one word at checkout to receive 10% off your order.
And make sure you follow them on the Instagram at Stay Cozy Clothing to keep up to date with all the new designs.
Remember, guys, that's the Chronicles as one word at checkout to receive 10% off your order.
Sorry, I just got home from getting my kids from school. Don't be mad.
We'll never be mad, Lydia. It's absolutely fine.
We could never be mad at you.
No, it's just for effect, all right? So where the goddamn... No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Lydia.
And me and my American time.
You mean what?
My American time.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to do an accent. I was like, what the fuck are you talking
about? It wasn't very good. It wasn't.
Call yourself an actress. No, I'm joking. Yeah,
not a very good one.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. I will not have you slander yourself on this show.
I can do whatever I want. I keep going back to it. It's not good. It's not good. But look, I have my Harry Potter water bottle. That's UK.
It is. It's got a Deathly Hallows on it. He doesn't know Harry Potter. I know Harry Potter. He doesn't know Harry Potter.
I don't watch it. Don't like it. Have no time for it. No, it's nothing to be sad for.
It's all about a face.
Okay.
Read
all the books twice.
Your microphone is not. Why is my microphone not working?
Oh, I was like, my mic's not working. I made sure it was on. I've done that before. Run through troubleshooting just to realize I did not turn my microphone on.
That's quite impressive. To be fair, I'm glad mine doesn't have an on-off section, so I don't need to worry about that. Are you okay anyway?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Yeah, good.
Well, wonderful. We're due one of first and foremost. Like it's all.
If you
Jamie's
wanted
fault.
me back, you could have just said so.
All Jamie's fault. Jamie decided to corrupt the entire file.
Yeah, I totally did it on purpose, didn't I? Yeah.
Well, it's just because his.
I would have video chatted with you guys anytime.
Well, that's true. I'll happily talk about myself with you guys anytime.
It's his laptop charger was dying, so he transferred all the files that we had to come over to his new laptop, and for some reason yours got corrupted and the rest were fine, which I don't understand.
Neither do I, but
that's just how it's gone. But it's all right. We're gonna, do this all again. Come back with a vengeance. We're gonna forget everything we know about you.
To be fair, it was supposed to come out today, but it'll come out next week instead, so it's not delayed too much.
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy.
Rock on.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah,
anyway.
Cheese in a can.
Cheese in a can.
Do you know we do all day breakfast in a can? Did you know that?
Oh,
so how the fuck did they manage to squeeze a sausage, an egg. How do you get an egg in there? A hash brown, beans, bacon, mushroom, and tomato.
Why do you have beans for breakfast?
Because they're wonderful.
Beans on toast is
with shez, bit of shez, bit of fromage on there.
This reminds me of something. Bear with.
What's going on?
You've got to be kidding me.
Look what I have.
This brings me so much joy.
Can you do me a bit of a favour? Could you explain to me what the fucking whipped cream thing's about?
I thought you were like, spray some for me. No.
Can you squirt some squirty cream for me?
That was loads better.
Jamie eating squirty cream on video chat.
Yeah,
Made my entire week.
That's going on my OnlyFans page.
What the ass is going on?
Basically, there was a guy on TikTok did a video talking about squirty cream, and Lydia was very confused over the entire concept.
I wasn't confused. I was just flabbergasted.
Great word. What a word to use. Are you well though? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm just staying busy.
Oh, good. That's what we like. We love that.
Are you able to turn your mic up a little bit at all?
Me?
Yeah, it's a little bit quiet.
Or bring it closer.
I can do both.
Yes.
Like it.
No goth girl is complete without her chains.
I was going to say, move all the chains out the way.
Is that better?
That's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that lovely little background again. That nice. Yeah.
As you can see, I have not made much progress on my own. That is how busy I've been.
That's good. That's what you want, though. You want to be busy doing that sort of thing. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It's good to see you, Lydia.
Well, thank you.
So
It feels like we haven't really chatted in a while.
I know I miss you guys. This is Hercules.
It's Hercules.
It's my Funko.
oh, that's awesome.
He puts the glad in Gladiator.
He does.
So I've not seen Hercules either.
He went zero to hero just
He
like
did.
that.
Bless my soul, Herc is on a roll.
Oh my god.
Undefeated. Don't get me started. I love that film so much.
Oh my god, then you're gonna absolutely love my next cosplay.
Who are you doing? Is it Megara? Oh my god, amazing.
I already have the dress and the wig.
Amazing.
It's happening. That's why I had to get him.
I love that film so much.
Yeah.
There was a rumor, wasn't there, that they was going to do a live action Hercules with Chris Pratt as Hercules, with Jeff Goldblum as Hades, and with.
Please tell me Danny DeVito was going to play.
It can only be Danny DeVito.
It can only be Danny DeVito.
It can only be Danny DeVito.
The cast was like, yes, please. Can we have this now? Can you just make this bit? Make this now, please. Can we just
Who would be Megara?
I don't know. I don't know who Megara is.
She's a damsel in
the love in the love.
I was going to say she's a damsel in distress, but she's not really a damsel.
Anna Kendrick.
I'm a damsel. I'm in distress. See you later.
Queen Latifah.
Oh.
No.
Latifah.
I got a bit of sass, so I was like,
she is very sassy. She won't say she's in love, even though she is.
who is the one who played? Her name's completely escaped me. The woman from One Division, the villain.
Oh, Catherine Hahn.
Yeah, her. No? Okay, I'll just shut up, shall I? I'll just, you crack on with your Hercules chat and I'll just look this way.
I try to imagine her as Mega. She has got the sass. She probably could pull it off.
Curly hair? Is that one?
No, I don't think Mega's got curly hair.
She's got a very high ponytail.
She does have a very high ponytail.
Very high
Okay.
ponytail.
Who likes a ponytail? Alison Brie?
Well, Alison Brie could play the shark in Jaws. She's that good. So yeah, I could do that.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Just a quick one. Jamie, do you know who Alison Brie is?
Of course I know who Alison Brie is. Why would I say it otherwise? She's in Glow.
She is in Glow. What else is she in?
I'm completely blanking on that right now, but I've seen her in a ton of things and I literally can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
Have you ever seen Community, Lydia?
I've seen what?
Community.
I saw a couple episodes of the first season.
Thoughts?
I liked it. I'm actually a huge Chevy Chase fan, and I actually get to see Chevy Chase next week.
What?
Yes. So next week is actually my birthday, and yes, and at a local theater here, they're showing National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with a question and answer with Chevy Chase afterwards.
No way.
Yeah, so I'm going to that.
That's amazing.
Super excited. Yes. I thought just to be funny, I would wear a Christmas Story t-shirt, but I didn't think people would understand the irony of it. So I'm just going to wear my sweatshirt that says, I don't know, Margot.
I would totally wear
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I have the sweatshirt that says, why is the carpet all wet, Todd? So I'm going to wear that.
I haven't seen that film in so long. I need to watch it again.
I haven't seen that film.
Look on your face.
The thing is, Lydia, when you get to know about me is I'm really shit at watching movies.
I got that last time.
Did you? Oh yes, when we talked about Goonies with the shake that I don't remember the name of.
Shuffle.
That's it.
That was Lydia doing it off cam again.
I definitely are recording this time.
Yeah, but
this is a much better.
You can throw it in there.
This is way better than last time. I'm not going to lie to you. We can just do this for an hour.
And then this one gets corrupted and I come back again and it's even better.
Exactly.
And then it just never airs because it just keeps getting.
Yeah.
And now it's so good we can't put it out there because all the other podcasts will be jealous.
Yeah.
It'll get to a point where you won't show up and everyone's going to be like, what the fuck's going on here? Then all of a sudden, I'll be like, Jamie, where's the... And then your head's just going to appear in his screen. I'm like, what the fuck?
I've gone continental.
Yeah. You're like, so Lydia, yes. Questions. Yes, lovely.
I'm here.
That'd be awesome. Are you coming over here at all?
Not that I know of. I did just talk to my friend today about a film possibly in Bulgaria. But it's still over yonder.
It's Eastern Europe, so you're going to fly right over us and head to the other end of Europe. So you're still
like, hi, Jamie.
You can wait from the plane.
Yeah. I'll be like, I will be flying over you at this approximate time. So just look in the sky.
Yeah.
Just look up and wave.
That tiny itsy bitsy speck will be me. But I highly doubt that will come to fruition. The chances of that are like 1 in a million. Well,
we'll keep our fingers crossed because that would be sick.
That would be amazing.
Right? That would be awesome. But...
Should we actually get started?
Oh yeah, that's what we're here to do.
Right.
This is fun.
The Chronicles of
Podcast.
Shall we actually get started?
Do you?
Right, I'll do my glorious intro. Hello, everybody. We have a very special guest to us today. The world of horror has had many amazing scream queens like Heather Langenkamp, Neve Campbell, and more. But who will be the future great scream queens? I believe today's guest is the answer to that question. Here to talk all about her upcoming projects and more, today we welcome actress, model, and podcaster. These are the Chronicles of Lydia Manson.
Why, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
Absolute pleasure. As always, Miss Manson, we love having you on the show. We love chatting to you, sitting down, doing what we do best. We apologize massively, like we said before this began, as you will see on our YouTube channel, that Jamie corrupted the file. This little deviant little plan. It's like, yes, we must have her back. And that must mean
you guys just wanted to talk to me again.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, pretty much.
I agree.
I wanted to talk to you again too.
Yeah. See, it works out well in the end.
Stop it. You are way too kind. So anyway, how has not only your pandemic season been, but the past month since we last conversed?
Well, let's see. In the past month, I started and finished filming Kiss Me Judas in New Jersey with Tom DeMico. And I went to Texas and I filmed my part for Passages of Nexus. So pretty productive.
That's amazing. How fun were those films? How fun were they? Fun to do? It's crazy that you've done 2 movies in a space of 1 month.
Yeah, they both went off without a hitch. Super awesome experiences, both of them. Tom D'Amico's short film, Kiss Me Judas, was awesome to work on. I was super excited to be a part of it. I got to play Jude in that film. It was a really great experience. Super glad. He said that he already has the base edit done. So he's hoping to have that finished and out by like mid-January. So
nice.
Yeah. He's like, I just can't stop working on it. He's like, I just want to get finished and I just want to share it with everybody. And I'm like, okay, I'm still probably not going to watch it because I don't like to watch what I'm in. But
Why?
I'm like, I don't know, because I'm my own worst critic, and I'm just going to be like, I probably should have done that another way. I should have acted that scene a different way. So I'm just super hard on myself.
I mean, everybody's their own worst critic, but surely that's a good way for you to be like, you know, where you go, oh, should I have done that? And then you'll know, I don't know, is it a way of developing? Is that me or?
That's what he said too. And I'm just like, I still don't want to see myself.
Shut the fuck up.
That might work for you, but I'll sit there and cry. So fuck you, buddy.
Yeah, right. They're like, oh my God, that's what I sound like.
I'm not the only one that does that. I hate hearing back my own voice. That's the worst part of being an audio editor.
Time, all the time. I'm like, oh my God, that's really my voice. And people
Am I
listen to this?
Am I like an arrogant piece of shit then? Because I don't ever do that. I'm like, oh
no,
yeah,
that's great that you're confident in yourself. That's amazing. Everybody should have that confidence in themselves.
Yeah, I don't.
So that's awesome. You should be proud of yourself. I am proud of you for being proud of yourself.
Oh, so I'm proud of you for the fact that you're still smashing movies on the park, left, right, and center.
Hey, you know, I wouldn't say I'm smashing it. Let's wait for something to come out first. And then maybe we'll see what happens.
I mean, yeah, but surely though, I would say you're smashing it because otherwise, surely people would be like, I don't want to for that either. You're getting left. You're literally like, now I'm flying over here. I'll go to Bulgaria. Now I'm going to Japan. Now I'm doing this. I'll see you in Dallas. No, wait, I'll be in New Orleans. No, wait, I'll be in Louisiana. No, wait, I'm going to be over here. Hang on,
yeah.
I'm going to Canada, but I'll see you in Venezuela. But I'll be in Bolivia. So if you're in Brazil, I'll see you in Australia, down in New Zealand. All right.
I got to get a passport first.
That was like the fucking Animaniacs sketch.
Hang on. How are you flying without a passport?
You don't need a passport to fly across the United States.
Do you not?
No, you just need your license.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, well, sorry.
No, I don't know what you're apologizing for. I just found that really confusing. Hence, you're like,
yeah, no. If you fly within the United States, you just need your license. If you fly outside of the United States, then you need your passport. So I mean, it would be beneficial for me to get my passport. I keep meaning to. I'm like, oh, I should get my passport, and then the next day that thought is gone because I'm like, I finished something on my list and then like 5 more things pop up on that list. And I'm like, who? And the passport just goes to the back of my mind until I'm like, I really should get my passport. And then again, flies right out my mind.
Do you know what I'm going to do, Manson, right? Do you know what I'm going to do?
You're going to message me and be like, did you get your passport?
Constantly. Like, it's going to never end until you
How else am I
going to
meet you guys?
Exactly,
Mundo. Write it on the fridge.
Yeah.
That's what I do if I need to remember.
If you have one, I don't know. Write it on the little.
Of course, I have a fridge. Who doesn't have a fridge?
I don't know. It's America. You have air conditioning units in your houses. We don't have those. No. I wish we did because in the summer it gets fucking hot in here.
How do you not have air conditioners?
Exactly, Britain. Are you listening right now?
You have squirty cream, but you don't have air conditioning.
Yeah, basically.
That's what we used to keep cold. We just rub bottles of squirty cream all over ourselves.
I mean, it sounds like a good plan.
We have to buy
It's a great plan.
You survive with just fans? I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's bullshit. Especially as a ginger. Me and Jamie suffer so badly.
You know, it's great that 2 gingers were able to combine forces.
Exactly.
Do 2 gingers negate each other? Like,
Yes, because only one of us is a ginger.
So what happens is, basically, when there's 2 or more of us, it shit goes down. So I work for an optician's. There's 3 of us. And when all 3 of us were in a room a couple of days ago, and I was like, guys, the world's ended. North Hell's freezing over because there's 3 of us in one room. What's going on?
The statistics of that are just astronomical.
Exactly. Like, if you'd have bet on that, and you would have won about £100,000 right about now, like, because that never fucking happens ever.
So two gingers walk into a bar. It doesn't happen.
Nope.
You should. What you should do is you should set up the scenario. Like you should go somewhere and you should be like, "Yo, I'm going to bet you that two gingers are going to walk in about 10 minutes."
I'll bet you £20. No, I'll bet you £100 that I can get 3 gingers in here in 5 minutes. And I just text them, be like, guys, come see me here.
This is the meeting. This is happening.
Yeah, this is the time. This is the place.
Assemble.
Gingers assemble.
The falcon has left the nest. I repeat, the falcon has left the nest. What would I do there? If like 5 falcons appeared, I'd be like, what the fuck? I don't mean literal falcons, you twat.
Oh my God. And if they were red falcons, you would shit a brick.
Yeah, right.
You wouldn't know what to do.
Or do you like a falcon land on my arm and it had a beard and everything? Like,
you would literally get like £1,000 for that. And you would be like, I deserve it.
Yeah. Pay me my money.
One of the falcons would drop £1,000. Just well done, Tom. You're Rangers.
They would literally pay you.
Just be like, ah! Fly its wings and I put
you doing the falcon impression is worth every bit of me coming back at this point.
Just talk in falcon for the rest of this conversation.
I don't even know if that's what a falcon sounds like.
I thought there'd be more like screechy birds than, I don't know, randomly, this is years ago, I used to be a smoker and I opened my bathroom window to have a fag and there was a kestrel just dining on a pigeon. I was like, oh! And it was like, it stared at me like, what the fuck do you want?
And you're like, never mind.
Yeah. It's like talons out, like just ripping this pigeon apart like, yummy, yummy. Now fuck off, Ginger.
He would eat your soul next, but you don't have one.
Oh, right. So that's where we're going, is it? Is this how we're going? Is this where we're going down?
So you can make the ginger jokes, but I can't make the ginger jokes.
This interview's done. Done. I'm I don't want to laugh. God damn it. It's trying to. Yeah, well, how original of you to nick a joke off South Park. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, because Ginger.
Us Americans in our South Park.
I love South Park so much.
We just blame Canada for everything.
They're not even a real country anyway.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
You're a bona fide ass looking Uncle Fucker. Anyway.
Should we get ourselves back on track?
No.
Have you ever had...
Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast, the Chronicles of Lydia Manson, where they've actually asked her one question. This conversation's been going on for 40 minutes now. Day 10, and they're still fucking talking to her.
Just literally gonna message you guys random pictures of falcons and then just add in a voice memo. Caw-caw!
We've created a new sensation. This is a trend right now.
Oh my God, let's put it on
TikTok. Trend has begun. Let's do it.
And anyone that's listening to this interview, I want you all to send us your voice notes of falcon impressions, please.
Let's do it.
Or one of our listeners. Or one of you, please.
I think I'm up to 8 subscribers on YouTube now.
Yeah. All 8 of you. We see you, all 8 of you. We see you.
I was doing my podcast last night and I was like, I know if I stop this right now, the 3 people watching would be very disappointed. Because I could see the number of people that were watching. I was like, even I wouldn't be watching at this point.
Aww.
And I thought I had good stuff. I was doing very strange facts.
Oh, okay.
See, because you go live, we're asleep.
I know. That's why when I have you come on, I'm gonna have to figure out how to pre-record my podcast. Which I will tell you, I am not. I'm technologically challenged.
I mean, I would do it, but I know Jamie can't.
No, not really. Not that time, I know.
So I could do a live easy because I don't have to answer to anyone. No, I do have someone to answer to, but obviously she's just like, yeah, crack on.
Anyway. Anyway.
Sorry, we should really... I'm so sorry, Lydia. I do apologise.
Oh, don't apologise. I'm having a great time.
But good. This is actually way better than the first one.
Right. Lydia, let's get back on track. Take us all the way back. Growing up as young Miss Manson, what did you want to be when you were growing up? Was it always an actress, or was it something completely different?
I actually never wanted to be an actress until about a year ago.
That's amazing.
That's crazy. What made you what made you fall into that? I was going to say pit. It's not pit, is it?
When I was a young lass, I wanted to actually be a pediatrician, and I had started college as pre-med. And I realized I really did not care for biology, which you kind of have to be pre-med.
Yeah.
So, So then I graduated college with a degree in criminal justice. So kind of went.
I was going to say,
really,
that's a
just a little bit
turn off on the road.
A little bit. But I mean, I had always had, I grew up, my mom was a police officer. So, I ended up being, after I graduated from that, I ended up becoming a corrections officer. So I did that for almost 8 years in New York State. I worked in a men's prison, but I ended up getting hurt. I was medically terminated from that because of my injuries. Then I just kind of fell into acting. Honestly, a friend of mine was attached to the film The House That Eats Flesh at the time. And Josh Graves, the director, had posted that he was looking for a few females to fill a couple of roles. I decided to audition. I made my audition video in a cemetery.
Oh, amazing.
Drinking a goblet of blood and running through said cemetery. That was my audition video. I got the part.
What?
A little over a year later, here I am.
That's amazing. I mean, I'm not shocked that you got a part because you ran. Why did you run?
Not why were you in a graveyard drinking a goblet of blood? Why did you run?
We thought it would be good for the aesthetics.
I'm just sat there going, goths don't run.
No, I'm not thinking that at all.
We move very slowly.
I thought, yeah. Oh my God!
It's all the chains and metal that we wear.
It weighs you down.
And the baggy pants.
Your face is like that far off the floor because of all the weight. You're like, fucking hell. But obviously, I thought for an audition tape, you'd have to just look at the camera and be like, blah, 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 acting, scared moment, drink this, la, 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 la.
I wanted to do something different. Josh had actually asked me, he was like, yeah, just record yourself doing a monologue. I'm a bit of a perfectionist in everything that I do. So I was just racking my brain on like what type of monologue you do. What type of monologue do you do for a horror film? So I was just on the internet searching through like hundreds of monologues, figuring out which one am I going to do for this. So in the end, what I did was I ended up just writing one of my own.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what I did. And I made the video and I sent it to Josh and he was like, yeah, absolutely. I want you in this film. I started off with just a very small role and continuing to work with Josh and promoting the film. He made my role a little bit bigger. And then I became an associate producer on the film. And at the time, the producer we had on the film had to leave the film due to various reasons. And at that point in time, Josh promoted me again, and I became the actual just full-on producer for the film.
That's insane.
It's beautiful. I think if I was to do a monologue for a horror movie, I'd find a room which is really dark that you're not supposed to ever go into ever on my own, shut the door behind me so it's dead, and just like look around really creepily, like, is there anybody? And then just stab myself in the face 4 times.
And
I'll do it.
Then just go very quietly and be like, there is somebody else here.
Yeah. Like, because in horror movies, why do people do, why, you see the rooms that you're like, why would you go in there by yourself? But they still do it. And they're always like 18 and young. And you're just like, what are you doing?
Why do you run up the stairs?
Yeah.
You can't leave the house from up the stairs.
Just run out the door.
That's a really good point.
And you keep looking back as if that's going to help you. It doesn't help you.
Now you need to write the most logical horror movie you can think of. Like none of the tropes.
I am actually working on my own horror script right now.
Oh, amazing!
Yes, I am.
Is it in the sense, without giving too much away, obviously, because you couldn't write it, but is it like a logical horror film where you'd be like, you'd actually run away from the place rather than, like you said, up the stairs and stuff like that? Or is it...
Actually, nobody is able to run away from the killer because the killer goes back to a place that they work at. And they take care of the fact that they make it so that nobody is able to leave. So nobody's able to get out of the place.
Okay.
That's my goal with this.
That's cool. That sounds good. I look forward to seeing seeing it basically. Just, I was going to say read it. It's like, but why would you send me the thing? I was just like, there's no way to be like, have a read of this. I know nothing about scripts, horror movies, films, or anything. But I was having a look like, oh yes, good words. I like this. There's good words in it. I like it.
That makes sense.
So, all the roles that you've done thus far and been working on, it's in the horror genre. So, where did that love for horror come from?
I loved horror ever since I was younger. I remember watching Nightmare on Elm Street when I was probably about 5 or 6 years old. I remember watching it probably at like 2 a.m. on like basic cable because that's what time it would come on. And I remember the scene where Freddy is just walking down the alley and his arms are just stretched out, just going down, and that just always stuck with me. And I've just always, been into horror. And I remember watching The Exorcist 3 when I was younger. So I've always liked that. That is an amazing movie. And I don't think it's given enough credit. It's definitely one of the darker psychological, I think, horror movies out there. Actually, one of the only horror movies that has actually really scared me. So yeah, that one jump scene gets me every single time. I know it's coming and I'm just like, it's great. I think that is actually one of the better scenes in horror movies. But yeah, I think it's just a great genre. And I think there's just so much that can be done with it. And it's, it just plays with you and it stays with you. And there's so many great things that can be done.
So I find there's a lot of people I know that are just like, oh, horror movies aren't what they used to be anymore. You can't seem to get any more like decent horrors anymore because I don't know if that's with the times or I'm not entirely sure. Is there certain things that can't be done now that could be done back then? I don't know.
I think a lot of what people, and I know because, just talking with a lot of people who are in the horror industry now, I think a lot of people are just upset with the fact that there are a lot of the old horror movies that are just constantly being remade.
Yes.
And I think that's where we're just getting upset. We just want some new original horror films. I absolutely love my originals, like I love Michael Myers, I love Jason, I love all of them, but the remakes are just kind of getting out of hand at this point.
Yeah.
So I'd absolutely love some new original horror films to come out in the mainstream. Absolutely, in the indie films, yes, we absolutely have original horror films coming out, but those aren't mainstream. They're not getting the attention that they deserve.
Yeah.
They're not getting the big budgets. They're being made on micro budgets, so they're being done in a way that they could be done so much better if they were given, these Hollywood big budgets that, Halloween Kills, for instance, would be given. So that's, I think, where the frustration lies.
I agree. I think that obviously because we're on Scream 9, Halloween 45, like it's just getting ridiculous. How many times can Michael Myers return? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Jason went to space.
Yeah, he did.
The only thing I have seen that movie, but I've only seen it from the part, and I always get it at the same part every single time I see it, where he dips that girl's face in liquid nitrogen and smashes it on the table. Every time.
That was pretty cool.
That film sucks, but that scene is awesome.
That is a pretty amazing scene.
So it's just like, we got away from him. Hooray! How the fuck did he get here? It's like, how is he in space? It's just, and you're like, really?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Yeah, it's got some cool dye scenes in, like we said about the liquid nitrogen, but like, but really, like, he just go, me get on rocket, me come and kill all of you.
How is he breathing?
Yeah, it just makes it's just I know we've run out of ideas. So what we'll have now, right, guys? Come on with you. We'll have Freddy versus Jason. Yeah, we'll start having them kill each other. Like, okay.
Yeah, but they killed Kelly Rowland in that movie.
Then they'll come back.
Yeah. It's like, this is his long lost brother. He is now Jason 2. Like, really? Okay, that's fine. I'm not trying to shit on horror movies. I just, personally, I'm just like, another one, cool. Slash die, yeah, cool, brilliant. Yeah, next. Like I say, so I hope, like you said, with these ones that you're doing now, that obviously a bit more fresh ideas, more original, deserve to be brought into the limelight a bit more. So maybe people should go look down the indie section rather than.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of amazing indie films. I recently watched The Orphan Killer, for instance. That was, I thought, a really great indie film that I thought was a little bit different than a lot of films that I had recently watched. So, it was just something I wasn't expecting. So.
Oh, cool.
And there was that the new film, Malignant, that everybody was talking about. And it's like, it came out with a new original idea and everybody was kind of like shitting on it. And it's like, they gave us what we want, what we asked for and what we wanted, and you guys are still not happy. So it's like,
I think the last horror movie that people raved about was Hereditary.
Yeah, I've still never seen that.
I haven't seen that one.
I believe that was I don't remember. I know. Does someone's head fall? I don't fucking know. It's quite dark and twisted and weird. I remember.
Then I definitely should see it.
Yeah, I think a head fell off at one point, and then it was just like stare. I don't fucking know. But yeah, Hereditary is get on it.
I shall.
So we've mentioned The House That Eats Flesh. Now, I remember seeing the trailer for this, and it looks really fun. It looks awesome. I genuinely can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
So, tell us a bit more about the movie. What's it about?
So it's about a group of friends who decide to get together and celebrate Thanksgiving together because they just want to get away from their families, because really, who doesn't want to get away from their families for Thanksgiving? So they rent a cabin together. Well, I should say a house together. And so Lisa Wilcox is in it, and she's from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5. So little by little, they realize that something is just not quite right about the house. And we find out that the house is actually built on the gates of hell. So in one by one, the friends go missing. And we can only imagine what happens to them. So Lisa Wilcox, we find out, has actually been responsible for this house, and it has been in her family for generations. And our killer is Baghead, and she is actually the mother to Baghead. So you will find out quite a fun dynamic between her and her son.
Holy shit. That does sound really good. Even I was like, yeah, tell me more. Okay.
Well, it's actually, The House That Eats Flesh is actually going to be a 3-part anthology. So that the Thanksgiving part is actually just going to be one story of the anthology.
Clever. Yeah. What's a Christmas? Is that in there?
No. The next part is actually going to be called Party Bus.
Party Bus. That sounds amazing.
Yes. So that's going to start filming, I believe, at the end of December.
And is it like a continuing story?
So there's 3 separate stories, but they all relate back to each other. They all center around the house.
That is banging. That sounds good. I'll have to check out for that.
So who do you play?
So I play Luna in the film, and she's just one of the friends in the group that goes to the house. You'll have to just wait and see if I live or die.
So what was that experience like then, if that was your first time on a set?
That actually was the first film that I was cast in, but it didn't actually be the first set that I was on.
Okay.
Believe it or not, because we actually had to push back film. We originally were supposed to start filming in May, but with everything that was going on, we had to push it back to September. So I had actually been cast in other things before that. So I had actually been on sets before that. So, it ended up being, I think, like the 3rd or 4th set that I had been on by the time it actually came around. So it was kind of actually ironic that it was the first thing that I was cast in, but the 4th thing that I acted in. The first thing that I actually got to act in was actually over Zoom. So that was actually quite interesting. Yep.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
A Zoom film?
Yeah.
Huh?
Actually, in this very room, we sat with the director and we set up how we wanted it to look. So the story behind that, I'm not allowed to give away the title just yet. But what it was it's just a very short film. It's only going to be about 20 minutes or so. And she's talking with an interviewer because she's trying to give her story of what had happened. So it makes sense that it's set up over Zoom. So we just completely filmed it over Zoom.
That's amazing.
It was very interesting.
It's quite a new dynamic as well, quite a way of...
Yeah, I mean, COVID, opened up a lot of different doors for certain things, so
obviously, did you want to dress yourself from your neck downwards and then you're just like, I'll wear shorts, fuck it, I'll wear a skirt.
No, but it is quite funny because I have my workout pants on right now. I'm running to the gym earlier.
Amazing. I've got nothing, so...
I know. I said that's the best part about doing a podcast is I was like, I legit wear pajama pants every Thursday night.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
What's funny is I'm literally wearing my pajamas and just put on a Stay Cozy hoodie on the top as well. So,
and I do an improv class over Zoom twice a week. I wear pajama pants every time.
Amazing. You do an improv class?
Yeah.
I was going to ask if you've done any acting, studying and whatnot. So
yeah, I do. I mean, I don't take any acting classes or anything, but I did after I decided to actually try and pursue this legitimately. I was like, I need to do something because I'm not classically trained or anything, but I'm like, I don't want to just go in there not knowing anything. And when the improv class became available to me over Zoom, it started off just once a week. And after I think I was taking it for about 2 months or so, the teacher had asked me, she was like, oh, do you want to join our Tuesday class? That's for more advanced students. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I would love to join in on the Tuesday night classes. So now I take that twice a week. And I think that's great because a lot of times on set, I end up improving a lot, because a lot of times the script is written a certain way. And yeah, I can say those lines 100 times, but if it doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth, it doesn't matter if I have those lines memorized or not, because if it's not how I would say it, it's never going to sound natural. So sometimes I'll have to change it just a little bit. So I think the improv classes have helped tremendously with my acting.
Amazing. That's incredible. So do you study scripts properly? Do you back and forth page for page? Do you remember everything? Or do you go, I remember bits, but then I'll just, like you say, improv bits in rather than make it sound like it's actually just me talking rather than I've gone, the man went to the park. So,
for instance, when I was in Texas last week filming Passages of Nexus, I had gone over my part of the script numerous times, and I'm just like, I would never say it like this. I'm like, and no offense to the director, Alex, he had written the script, and I talked to him beforehand, and I said, do you mind if I just change this just a little? I'm like, it's still going to mean the same exact thing. I said, but the words are just going to be a little bit different. He goes, no, I absolutely trust you. So he was totally fine with me changing it just so it sounded more natural coming from me. So that helped me a lot more remembering my lines, because now I'm like, what, this sounds more of what I would say. This is how I would, have this conversation. So that helped me easier to say my lines because I wrote them.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So, and then even when I got down there and I started rehearsing with my co-star, we were going back and forth, and we were sitting there with Alex, and we were just going through and changing some of the lines even then before we started filming. So, and he was like, no, I don't like the way that sounds. Let's do it this way. So, it was great to have him be involved in it and let me and my co-star be involved in it as well. So, I mean, that was really great. And I give props to Alex Nigo for letting me be a part of that as well.
Legend.
And props to you as well, because a lot of new actresses and actors, they probably wouldn't have the guts to turn around to the writer and director and go, can I make some changes?
Well, I mean, I've been told a lot of times people are like, no, I appreciate you reaching out and asking that, because again, they're like, yeah, if you aren't comfortable saying that, it's going to come across on screen that way. So they're like, we would rather have the best product and the end. And the worst they're going to say is no.
Yes, very true.
Absolutely. Completely agree. So you were saying on The House That Eats Flesh that you also became producer on the movie.
Yes.
So how exactly did that come about? Because, for your first feature that you were cast in to then suddenly become part of the team is pretty insane.
So Josh saw that I was just working hard promoting the film, trying to get people interested in the film. Again, we were running an Indiegogo, which for those that don't know is helping to raise funds to actually make the movie. So a big part of what the producer does is the producer helps to procure all the funds to make the movie. So for the first Indiegogo that we ran, I wasn't producer yet. So after I had become a producer, we realized that, we had raised enough, like some money, but we realized we weren't going to be able to make the film that we wanted based on the amount of money that we had raised. So we realized we were going to have to run another campaign. And at that point, now I'm producer. I'm like, okay, these are the ideas that I have. This is what I think we should do. And this is how we're going to do it. We were able to raise another $17,000 at that point.
Wow.
Based on me and Josh putting our ideas together for the perks that we had put out, how we were going to push those perks. I started making spoof videos based on previous horror movies. I made like a spoof video of Scream. So what I did was I filmed a recreation of the opening scene of Scream. So I'm like, I playing on a fake phone, like, oh, what's your favorite scary movie? And I'm like, the house that eats flesh, just to get more promotion for the film.
That's amazing.
I did a spoof from the movie Seven, where we were doing a sale on the Indiegogo items. So I took a box and I filled it with like signs that said 50% off and 30% off. So I was like, what's in the box? What's in the box? And I opened the box and I'm like, oh, it's 30% off of this perk on Indiegogo and it's 50% off of this one. And it got people involved and it made people laugh. And that's what I like doing. So, that brought more attention to our film and it got people to buy perks and it got us to our goal and it allowed us to get to North Carolina and it got us to make our movie.
Beautiful.
So I did my job as producer.
That is amazing. I don't think some people realize just how important these like Indiegogos, Kickstarters,
absolutely.
are to indie film.
Indie films rely solely on either the director who is making the film, they put in their own money, or they rely solely on crowdfunding. So going through websites like Indiegogo, Kickstarter, there's a new site, it's like Seed and Site or something like that I had recently come across. So these crowdfunding sites, we rely on our fan bases. And I know it's asking a lot because why do you want to give money to this project? There's so many projects asking for money. So, you typically will find projects that have an actress or an actor that you like and you follow and you support. Or, they have new and exciting perks because ideally a lot of these these crowdfunding sites, they all have the same perks. So you want to do something that's just a little bit different. So like right now I'm running helping run an Indiegogo for a new film that I'm in called Reunion from Hell 2. So we're pushing new perks and they're releasing a perk or a signed 8x10 photo of me because it's a Christmas slasher of me in a sun hat, just to, you stick with a theme and you try to push those themes. They have Christmas ornaments. I know recently there was an Indiegogo for a holiday slasher film called The Naughty List. And what they did was, because it was a horror film, is they took a holiday ornament and they filled it with blood. That was something different. I thought that was really creative. I thought that was really great. It's something to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Fucking hell. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, damn, that would have been great for our Indiegogo, but
Yeah.
I can't steal it now.
You're bastards.
Just
Right.
stealing. If they say anything, you go, sorry, I had no idea about your project. I'm so sorry. Great minds think alike.
But would you ever do any of the movies bar horror? Would you ever go to any of the genre?
I want to branch out and do different genres because I don't want to be just typecast and do only horror. Actually, the short film Kiss Me Judas was more of a drama. So yeah, doing different things. I did. I was actually part of a pilot TV show called Set List, which is more of like a comedy drama. It's about a band just trying to make it in Buffalo, New York. So that was actually a really great project to be a part of. And they said if the pilot does get picked up, that they're going to be bringing me back for more episodes. So I really hope that they do get to do that, because their project is they work with a lot of kids, teenagers, and adults that have autism. So they had, a lot of people with autism working behind the scenes, with the camera equipment, with the lights, every part of production. They had people with autism working on that. And they actually had actors who had autism on set who were filming. So I think that was just a really great, project to be a part of just because of that. So I'm happy that I was able to be a part of that.
That's incredible. Oh, fingers crossed, because that'll be so good.
Yes. And they were just, everyone on set there was amazing.
That's absolutely amazing. So obviously you've got quite a few projects coming up already on your IMDb. Considering you're saying nothing's ever been released that you've done so far, your IMDb is filling up. It's chock-a-block. So how many of these have try that again. How have you managed to get this many credits already? How have you got that brand of Lydia Manson out there? Because you've got a pretty huge following already on your social media and whatnot.
Honestly, everything that I've gotten has been through social media, through Facebook or through Instagram. And I think, I always say every time that I just have such an amazing fan base. And it's because I constantly communicate with my fans. I get back to every single comment that I have on any status, any photo that I do. I'm constantly, commenting back and forth. I reply to all my messages. So I'm just always there if they want to chit chat, or, my phone is constantly going off and, I got to keep it on silent, but sometimes I just have to take a step back because my mental health is always number one. And sometimes, it does get very overwhelming. And they are usually really great. I will just make a post and be like, you know what? I need to take a step back for me because I'm just dealing with a lot right now. And I will still get a ton of messages, just having people just check on me. And I'm I really appreciate it. I'm just right now, everything is just really overwhelming. And I just need to take a step back because I do have a life outside of this industry and I need to focus on that sometimes. But, my fans are amazing and they understand because I just try to be real with them all the time and be like, you know what, I have this going on. I really would love to talk to you right now, but I have to deal with this first. And I think that they understand that, when they're talking to me, they're talking to the real person, because I tell them all the time, they're like, oh my God, you're amazing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm just a regular gal. At the end of the day, I'm just I'm putting my pants on 2 feet, 1 foot at a time. It's I'm not anything special. I'm just me. So.
Random question for you.
Okay.
Are you sock, shoe, or sock, shoe?
Sock, shoe.
Good. Because if it's the other way around, I'd be fucking concerned.
People really do that?
I don't know. It was a question I got asked, and I was like, that's a really good question. I'm going to ask that every time.
Because do you carry your socks down to where you keep your shoes?
No, I'm a sock, shoe guy.
But I'm just wondering for the people that are sock, shoe.
Do you go sock, shoe, and then walk around for a bit? That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Barefoot and one shoe.
I'm just wondering because, do you keep your shoes where you keep your socks, or do you keep your socks where you keep your shoes?
Well, my socks are normally in this. There's a chest of drawers over here, and then my cupboard's there with my shoes in, so mine are quite close together.
Oh, okay. I'd imagine my shoes are downstairs, and my socks are upstairs in my bedroom. So, that would be quite weird if I were to carry just a pair of socks around the house until I was ready to leave.
It would be odd. Why would you do that anyway?
I don't know.
Well, surely you would go, well, yeah, it's a fair point. I was like, oh, yeah, it's a good point, actually. People that do sock, shoe, would they not put socks on at all? And then when they're ready to go out, be like, I need socks. And then your feet would be cold. I don't know, actually, because I'm not wearing any right now, so...
I do have socks on because I had socks on when I went to the gym.
How was the gym?
The gym was good. I did back and biceps today.
Yeah, we love back and bis. Excellent work. Beautiful.
So you told me about a project you've been working on a little while ago, and I'm very excited for this project. It sounds amazing. And that is called Passages of the Nexus. I absolutely love this concept. For people that don't know, please tell us about this film because I can't wait for this one.
So this is about a serial killer who goes after e-girls on the internet. So OnlyFans girls, girls, webcam girls, so on and so forth. So it's a cat and mouse game because the detectives are trying to find this serial killer, and they just can't find him. There's just no evidence. There's nothing. And, he just keeps, one kill after another, and they're just getting really frustrated. Obviously people are just like, why can't you stop him? They're still killing people. Like, we're getting very upset. So I happen to play his wife in the film, and I kind of turn him on to his kinks, such as killing these girls. So it's going to be quite interesting. And when I was in Texas filming that, I was able to get a sneak peek at some of the kills that they have already filmed, and they are pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. So I think anybody who is into the gore is going to like them.
Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. I love the idea, because I love like psychological thrillers, and it sounds like one of those. I love slasher horrors, and it sounds like one of those. And like e-girls and OnlyFans, and I was like, it's such a big thing at the moment.
Yes.
It's perfect. It makes sense. I love it. I think it's a great idea.
When you said, "Oh, it's such horror, I love it," and when you said, "And then it's OnlyFans," I thought, I love that as well.
So put it all together.
Yeah.
Well, obviously he already has his squirty cream.
Yeah.
That's my page.
It's not squirty cream.
For anyone
either.
that doesn't know, he's going to be doing a Christmas special on his OnlyFans. So make sure you tune in. He's going to be running 50% off for anyone who does not subscribe.
Lydia's going to make me some crowdfunding videos for my OnlyFans page.
I just had it in my head. I just went da 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 da. God,
no one would want to say that. So of all these movies we've just been on about that are on your IMDb, how many of them are filmed and getting ready to be released?
So on my IMDb, The Dark Office is filmed. It's being edited. Kiss Me Judas is not up there yet. They're supposed to be working on making the IMDb page. As I previously said, that should be done by mid-January. So that's probably going to be the first thing that's out, and that's going to be going on YouTube, so anybody can see that. The Dark Office is actually going to be part of Scream Queen Campfire, which is going to be short stories. So it's going to be a group of girls around a campfire talking scary stories. So The Dark Office is actually my scary story. So I am.
That's really clever.
Cool.
So that one was fun. That was actually like my first real set that I got to be on after the Zoom that I filmed. So then The House That Eats Flesh, there's still 2 more parts to film for that one. Passages of Nexus, I know he said they have just a little bit more to film, but I think he said they should be done filming by mid-January, end of January for that one. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they do finish that timeline that he gave me. And then however long editing takes, I think he was saying that he wanted to have that out by April or May. So fingers crossed on that one. Trying to think of what else was on there. And then Alibi, I'm actually going to Phoenix, Arizona to film at the beginning to mid-January to film that.
Amazing.
So I don't know how deep into filming he is. I will find out more when I get there. So I don't know after I leave how much he's going to have left to film, so on and so forth. So I know he's taking his time with that because that is his baby. I know he worked really hard on the script. He's, excuse me, the trailer for that looks the teaser trailer looks absolutely amazing. The DP for The House That Eats Flesh is actually the director, the writer, the DP, everything for Alibi. So I know if you appreciated the cinematography for The House That Eats Flesh trailer, you will absolutely love Alibi because it's the same guy, Carlos Berber. So
amazing.
Yes. And then Reunion from Hell 2, I will be filming that at the end of January, beginning of February. That's going to be in Kentucky.
Sweet.
Yes.
Lydia.
And then STZ, I will be going to Oklahoma in March for that. And that's going to be all zombies.
Just don't... Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we're fucking talking. Yeah, we love a bit of that. Am I right in thinking that I have seen some web series you're about to be a part of in relation?
Oh my God.
In relation to Ghostbusters?
Yes, that just got announced yesterday. And I cannot tell you like how excited I was for that. And they totally like surprised me for that. And I told them I was going to kill them because I got to co-host a podcast on Tuesday and Wednesday night for a friend of mine. And I had been talking on and off with the assistant director about possibly playing a ghost for this web series for the Ghostbusters. And he was like, oh, I kind of want you to be the understudy for this one part of one of the Ghostbusters. So the Ghostbusters name is Kylie Griffin, and she's actually from the cartoon of the Ghostbusters. So she's got more of a gothic look. She's known as the Gothic Ghostbuster, and she's actually into the paranormal. That's, on her bio. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. Because the girl they had for her actually lives in the UK. And they were like, if anything happens, we want to have a backup. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. You can have me as the understudy, not a problem. So I'm doing the podcast. I'm co-hosting the podcast with my friend Jeff. We're doing the Yo Show. That's the name of his podcast. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, this has never happened before. And I'm like, what's going on? Because it goes through StreamYard. So people can be backstage. He's like, somebody hacked the link and they're backstage. And I'm like, what? I didn't even know you could do that. Like what's going on? And he's like, yeah, this is really weird. I'm just going to bring him on. So he fucking brings him on. And it's him in his full Ghostbuster getup. And I'm like, what is going on right now? And I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, I didn't even know you two knew each other. Like, he knew I was co-hosting tonight. He said he might have tuned in or whatever, but I did not think he was going to like hop on. And he was like, Lydia, I need to ask you something. And I'm like, okay, bro, I need to ask you something too. Like, why are you here? So I'm just like, what? And I pick up my phone and I like text Jeff and I'm like, what is going on? and so Tom, the AD goes, he's like, are you going to answer the call? And I'm like, what's the call? He's like, would you be Kylie and be a Ghostbuster? And I'm like, well, of course I would be. Like, who is going to say no to being a Ghostbuster? Like,
fucking amazing.
And like, we're going to be filming in the original firehouse in New York City. Oh yeah, it's happening. It's happening. Yeah.
Holy shit.
I know. I get a proton pack. Everything. I get the flight suit. I'm going to be Ghostbusting.
So you found out you had a lead role while recording a live podcast and had no idea.
I wouldn't say it's like a lead, but I mean, I'm a Ghostbuster in a Ghostbuster web series, so I'm just going to go with it. And yeah. So I was just like, and I'm like live on air and I'm like, I hate you so much right now. And so the director of the series is watching and he's commenting and he's like, you're making Lydia cry. Don't do that. And I'm like, I'm not crying. I was like, I think somebody's cutting some onions.
Ghosts don't cry.
Yeah, right. Like, we don't have tear ducts. Like, we don't.
That is phenomenal news.
But yeah, I was like, I told him later, I was like, don't you ever do that to me again.
That is amazing.
But yeah, it was super exciting.
Congratulations, Lydia.
Thank you.
Fully deserved.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was super excited about that.
The one thing I love, and like we've gathered for this conversation as well, is you seem to have a real like embraced this world of indie movies and indie film.
Yeah.
So what is it about it you enjoy so much? Is it this whole like DIY side of it?
I think it's just being able to be creative and, explore different parts that I don't think I ever would have gotten the chance to. You get to see how you get to make different things out of things. Like, for instance, on The House That Eats Flesh, when we were making, well, I wouldn't say we because I didn't actually make it, but
You're part of the team.
I watched from a distance. They were making the intestines for the one kill. And now I had an idea of how they had made intestines before. And I had always thought that they would do it through pantyhose. But apparently I was wrong, because that's not entirely accurate, because apparently your intestines, when you squeeze them, they don't bleed because the nylons the blood would soak through the nylons, so that would not be entirely accurate on screen. So they made these out of condoms. They filled condoms with whatever they used for the intestines, so that when it was on screen, they would cover it in fake blood, so that when it was squeezed, no blood would seep through. It would just have a light glazed coating on it. And they looked real. And how much did those guts cost? However much a condom costs, I don't know. I don't have the figures. I don't go to the store. But just goes to show you what a little elbow grease and some condoms can get you. You never know.
That needs to be the tagline for the movie.
But I mean, how would I have known that had I not worked on that film? So, I mean, it just, the things I'm just learning along the way is just amazing, things I never would have ever guessed in my life, and just everything that takes to go into a movie. Like, you go to a movie theater, you watch a movie and you're like, that's amazing. Now I watch a movie and I suddenly see a door open and I'm like, oh my God. So do they have a string tied to that door?
Oh.
Pulling it at this, now I'm watching them in a whole new light, because I'm like, how are they pulling these things off?
That's amazing.
So
does it ruin movies for you though? Because now when you watch films now, you go, yeah, so you just said about the string with the door thing. Does it like kind of kill it for you? Like the magic, bit. I suppose. Yeah.
A little bit. Because I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on in this film. I'm still thinking about the door in this opening scene.
I was like, how did they do that? There's got to be a string somewhere.
Oh my God, what a twist. Yeah, but the door moved earlier.
Somebody must have been blowing really hard. There's got to be a high-powered fan somewhere.
So have you always been like a creative person though? Or is this something that this like indie world has sort of brought out in you?
I've always, like, growing up in like high school and like middle school and stuff, I was always really into writing my own poetry and things like that. I entered the talent show for my singing and things like that. So I've always had that kind of creative side. I did enter a few art contests in high school and got like third place for those. So I've always had a little bit of a creative background.
Only a little bit.
Just a
smidge.
I think the only thing you left out was dancing.
I can't dance.
Painting, drawing, singing, acting. Oh yeah, I could do all that. Yeah, crafts. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't dance.
Yeah, but dancing, fuck off.
Unless it's the truffle shuffle.
I can do the truffle shuffle. There is an art to the truffle shuffle, and I have mastered it.
What art is that exactly?
Eating a lot of cheeseburgers.
Fair. I can't argue that. Fair.
And French fries. I mean, it's a gift.
You can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong though. Bellissimo.
It's a gift, and I wrap it in a brown paper bag that has a red and yellow M.
So before we start wrapping up, we probably should talk about your podcast, Just the Deets.
Oh, yeah. Just the Deets, all things strange and unusual with Lydia Manson. So yes, I go live every Thursday night, 9 p.m. and it streams through my Facebook, the radio station I work for, Hellfire Entertainment. So it goes through their Facebook, Hellfire TV's Facebook, also through my YouTube channel, Hellfire TV's YouTube channel, and Hellfire TV's Twitch channel. So talk about just anything I find strange and unusual. Last night I did a bunch of strange facts. Like, did you know in ancient Rome and Greece, they actually used to use spider webs as bandages because they are known to have properties that are antiseptic and antifungal. And they also have a protein in them that helps clog, do the blood clotting. So if you are ever out of bandage, just go find some spider web and put that right on it.
How about no? Because I have a feeling that spider's like, why are you wearing my house? Give me my house back, you bastard. Well, I will bite you. I will eat you. Thank you. You are now my dinner. You've brought yourself to me. That's how I think I'll go down.
I think the spiders in the UK might be a little bit different than the spiders here because I don't talk.
They're not.
They're very polite here. They're very polite.
Oh, please give me back my home.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know from a spider, I always go, they're like doing their thing. And then you look at them and I don't know how they notice. They just go and stay still. And you're like, you are minuscule. How do you know I'm staring at you? It's so weird. Because you look away and you go, where the fuck's he gone? Because the worst thing that's seeing a spider is not seeing a spider.
I will agree there. Where did he go? That's it. You know what? It's his house. It's his house now. We just need to leave.
It like sits in the light bulb, so it like illuminates his massive shadow. It's like, fuck out. Get out of my house.
And that's when you get a flamethrower.
Yeah. And then you have no spider and no house left. It's wonderful.
But there's no spider.
This is very true. There's that hilarious
meme. I never
meme
understood the fucking spider fears.
There's that meme, that massive building. It's like story like just destroyed, and it's like, what happened, Karen? There was a spider, love.
But did you get him? I think so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he definitely did. He definitely did.
Is that your American impression?
It's one of them.
I don't feel so bad about my English.
Oh my god! Like, no way! Like, oh my god! You realize though, like, totally, I would go down the club and like have a few. I don't know. Have a hot dog. Like, holy shit! No, he didn't. Oh, he totally did. There you go. You didn't say the magic word.
I think you just broke Lydia with that one. Now, normally at the end of the show, we let people plug their social medias, etc. But before we get around to that stuff, what crowdfunding projects are you currently promoting? So anyone's listening to this and they're interested in helping you guys out, what is that?
So right now, promoting the Reunion from Hell 2 crowdfunding. We're on Indiegogo. So right now you can get a signed 8x10 of me if you so choose and would like to look at me, I guess. But yes, there's also awesome perks. You know, you could be a producer on our film. You could pre-order your DVD. You could pre-order your Blu-ray. You can get a signed 11/17 poster that's signed by the cast. You can get a shout out video from Lisa Wilcox. Because I get to work with her again on this film. So that's super exciting. But you can get your Reunion from Hell 2 Christmas ornament for your tree, because who doesn't want a Christmas slasher Christmas ornament for their Christmas tree? So lots of, exciting perks to choose from. So make sure you go and check that out. That'd be amazing. And, we appreciate any support we can get. Even if you don't want to choose a perk and you just want to make a donation to the film, you absolutely have that chance to do that as well.
Did you ever think, Lydia, that life would be the way it is today? Do you ever think that, wanting to be a pediatrician, going into the police force, prisons and whatnot, and now acting?
Oh, absolutely not. But life is full of changes, and every day we wake up and we don't know what's going to happen. So we go to sleep and you don't know if you're going to wake up. So you just got to make the best out of every day. So.
Agreed. Everything happens for a reason. I think it's fully deserved, the road you're going down. So keep smash out the park, Manson. All right. Keep nailing it.
Absolutely. And like I said, the last time we spoke, obviously that got lost thanks to me. But, your drive and determination, your passion you put into these projects is really admirable. Because, at the end of the day, in the world of indie cinema, it might not go anywhere. And as much as that sucks, it's a case, it might not. But the fact that, you've just come onto a project and gone, okay, right.
And a lot of times you will start filming these indie projects, and sometimes they will complete filming and they just never see the light of day, and that's something, which I hope doesn't happen with any of the projects that I've done. And I don't think it will, because, I have got a pretty great team that I've worked with on a lot of projects. But I put my heart and soul into everything I do, because that's how I was raised. I was raised as a hard worker, and that's what I do, because you don't get ahead anywhere unless you're going to put in the hard work. So I will always work hard on every project I do. So that's just how I am.
And that's amazing. I love that. And for that reason alone, you will be successful. Mark my fucking words, because you won't give up until you are, quite frankly.
Nope.
And that's what we like. Mr. Stevens, have you got any more questions?
I literally just asked it.
Fair enough then.
But yeah, Lydia, keep going the way you're going. Everything, you fully deserve it. You are literally knocking it out of the proverbial park, as I keep saying. And your time will come. Don't you worry.
Thank you.
You can taste it and smell it. Like, that's Lydia's time, man. That's definitely coming. Yeah. 4 kilometers northeast.
It's coming from the east. I don't even know if that's the east. I'm terrible with geography.
It is now.
It is now.
Lydia,
Tom
before
said
we
it, so it shall be.
Before we let you go, we like to play a little game with our guests, if you're willing.
Is it 5 rapid questions?
It is 5 rapid questions.
How did I know? I'm psychic.
You can tell we've done this before.
This is mental.
It's deja vu.
What's annoying is I can't remember what questions I asked you last time to make sure I asked
I don't remember either.
Amazing. Are you ready?
I think so.
How many gingers and falcons can you get into a bar?
5 red-headed ones.
Yes!
Oh, caca! Yeah!
Come on! Field goal! Touchdown!
Oh God, he's going to America.
Squirty cream for everyone! I'm broken again.
Can you please stop imagining me and Squirty cream?
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. First question. Favorite pizza topping? For anyone that didn't hear that was pepperoni.
It was.
We've broken Lydia.
I'm not sorry. Making people laugh like it's like my drug.
It's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It is.
Next question. There's a lot of Falcons in this show. What's going on? Shit! Oh.
Just spray Squirty cream to get rid of them. Your favourite movie sequel?
Hostel 2.
Hostel 2?
Oh.
I don't think I ever made it past the first one.
Oh, you should definitely watch Hostel 2. It's really good.
I never made it.
You never made the first one?
I never made it, no.
All I remember about the first one is the Achilles tendons bit. And
oh, dude. Like, crack on.
There's some really good kills in the second one.
I shall have to check it out. How do you take your tea or coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
Do you drink tea?
Very rarely. I drink iced tea.
That's not tea. You're talking to 2 British people. That's not tea.
I know. I have to get a new kettle.
Are you haven't quite recovered from the last part of this, have you?
I don't think I will.
Who would play you in the movie of your life?
Oh dear God, I hope Kat Dennings.
I could see that.
I love her.
I could definitely see that.
She is awesome.
Isn't she?
She's amazing. Yeah, I could see that. That's a good choice. And last but not least, before you end up breaking, if you could go in a time machine, go back to find young little Miss Manson and give her one piece of advice, what would it be?
I don't think I would give her any advice. Or maybe I would just tell her to believe in herself more. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I would tell her to believe in herself more.
I like that. Miss Manson, this has been absolutely amazing. We've had an absolute amazing laugh.
I had a great time. Thank you so much for having me.
Anytime. We'll always have you, Lydia. You know that. It's been an absolute
I think Jamie
pleasure.
needs to corrupt the file again.
Before we let you go, though, any plugs, social medias, websites you want people to go check out?
Go ahead, check out my Facebook, Lydia Manson. On Instagram, Lydia Manson 88, and go ahead, check out my TikTok, Lydia Manson 88. Trying to keep it simple, so you remember.
Beautiful. Go and follow her now. All of you, right now.
Go follow her and just leave a message saying "caca."
What bird says caca?
I don't know.
Just
Maybe a crow?
Ooh.
Maybe.
Lydia, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
It has.
A wonderful. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. It's just have the best time. We fucking love you.
I love you guys. Thank you so much.
It's been so much fun. And like I said, don't doubt yourself for a minute. You're going to make it. You're going to smash it. You've got all the talent in the world. And I can't wait to watch you rise.
I have to do my Lydia Manson package for you guys and send it over to the UK.
Yes.
Put a big can of sausage.
A big can of sausage?
Biscuits in the sausage.
What?
Jamie knows. Biscuits and sausage.
The all-day breakfast can we're on about earlier.
Oh! Why is biscuits in it?
American breakfast, I guess.
I do know.
Oh, okay.
Because you think of biscuits and sausage, you think it's just sausage on a biscuit. It's not. It's sausage and gravy.
It's not gravy. It's weird. It's not
gross.
gravy.
I don't like it.
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, I messed it up. That was my bad.
That's all right. I was just like, what are you on about?
Focus on.
It's because her brain is broken from this interview.
Okay. You broke me.
We shall let you go recover now. Miss Manson, this has been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
so
Lydia.
much for having
Take
me.
care now. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Frank Guglielmelli, and I'm the narrator for some wonderful audio dramas from Syscast, like Marty and Mars, Bounty Hunters, and a great part in Val Toby, with much more to come. You can find these programs on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. Or head over to our website, www.syscast.com. We are excited to announce that we are now affiliated with the Chronicles of Podcast with Tom and Jamie.